All right, so today we'll be talking about post-purchase upsells. I've had a few questions from students on one-on-ones on what I'm currently doing for post-purchase upsells. So today we're kind of dive into post-purchase upsells, a little bit of the psychology and kind of the strategy around post-purchase upsells, and then we'll actually go inside of a Shopify account and show y'all how I'm setting up post-purchase upsells for clients. So currently right now for post-purchase upsells, what we essentially have right here is a customer will go to the product page. They will, add something to the cart, and then they'll go initiate a checkout, and then they will get what's called the, the post-purchase upsell, right? So this happens after they check out. All right. Now, what essentially a lot of people get wrong is that they essentially go for a quantity post-purchase upsell, where it will just be like, here's 5 to 6 more things of the things you already bought. And we do not want to do quantity, right? Unless you're selling something like energy drinks, you're selling something like cases of water, you're selling things that like the quantity makes sense. Some of you guys are selling things that just quantity just does not make sense at all. So what I like to go and do for post-purchase upsells is first look at the desire we're solving for. So like, for example, inside of this particular client, the desire we're solving for is for couples who want to reignite their relationship. They basically feel bored, and we simply want to offer them something that reignites love, basically. So for here, with an upsell, we simply want to just offer them more ways to satisfy that particular desire right there, and that's terrible. That's all we want to do. We want to offer more ways. So they purchase one way, now here's another way, and then here's another way. Just extra things that are all different things to satisfy that particular desire right there. And what we'll like to do for our upsell strategy is, let's say they go and purchase a $30 product. Then they go to the first, what's called upsell. I always like to offer a product for 2x product price right here. So for here, if they purchase a $30 product, they're gonna get a $60 upsell. Now, the next one we have what's called a downsell. And in some cases, the downsell will be something where if the upsell is declined, but then in other cases, the downsell will go ahead and be just another product at what I call 50% PP, product price. So if they purchase a $30 product, they get upsold a $60 product, and in some cases, they'll go to a downsell for a $15 product if they decline, and in some cases, they'll still go to the $15 product if they accept the upsell. So, for example, why would they go upsell then downsell, or why would they just go upsell and then straight to complete checkout? It really just kind of depends on how you have things set up. So like, for example, in my case, someone might buy my ebook, right? And then I push them to the inner circle, which, you get one-on-one calls with me, you get group calls, you get course, and you get all of these amazing benefits, right? So a downsell in this specific case is where I go ahead and let's actually do it like this. Boom, boom, yes, no. So if they go yes, then cool, they just go straight to straight to, summary basically, right? And then for the inner circle, if they say no, then I could do just, do like this. We can do just course, where I basically, at this particular stage right here, I strip value. So I strip value from this, and then I basically give them the same thing, but less value. So this will be, 1K a month, whereas the course would just be like a flat, 1K, right? So instead of paying $1,000 a month, you just get the course lifetime access for $1,000. Now, if they say yes to your inner circle, I could send them to the summary, or I could even send them to like a completely another upsell, which, maybe I do, instead of like $1,000 a month for the inner circle, I could increase the value. So add more value. Because, hey, they just said yes to $1,000 a month. Likely they have money. So maybe they said yes to that. What I want to look at is how can I increase and help them satisfy that desire with more, right? So they bought the ebook for ads scaling. Just say ads scale. Now, instead of an ebook, what about we work together one-on-one? Now, hey, you get me for $1,000 a month, but maybe you want even more of my time. Here's a 5K month offer for 1 times 60-minute one-on-one per week, right? So instead of $1,000 a month in the inner circle, now you also get 5K a month, or you also get 5K a month with me, one-on-one per week for 60 minutes, right? And then from here, both of these will just end up to the summary. So the key thing to understand here with these post-purchase upsells is that right after they add to cart, they initiate checkout, then we go to the post-purchase upsell. The thing you want to do is you want to offer them more things that will make failure impossible for what they desire. That's the big thing you want to look at. So if someone desires to, scale their Facebook ads, they purchase my ebook, here's option number 1, which is my inner circle. You get one-on-one group chat course. It's $1,000 a month. It's going to substantially speed up your process for scaling Facebook ads. If they decline that, then I simply just want to strip value from that first offer to where, okay, now instead of getting the one-on-one and the group calls, you just get the course by itself and that's it. Now, if they say yes to that, then give them another upsell because they're credit card happy, they're spending happy. Cool. So how can I further help you scale your Facebook ads beyond the inner circle? Well, one of the downsides of the inner circle is you only get one 30-minute call a month with me. So what if we did one 1-hour call a week? You also give me access to your ad account. I just charge you $5K a month for consulting. And now you get like me inside your team, your account, all that good stuff right there. And then I give them another upsell. Now, there's no real limit. Like I could offer them another upsell, another upsell, another upsell after. But the general rule of thumb is you do basically 2 to 3 upsells or downsells total. So you can notice right here that there's option number 1, option number 2, and then option number 3. So there's 3 total of a mix between downsells and upsells right there. And then basically from there, it just sends them to the summary, which the summary is just basically the receipt that they get, and then they're done. Now, the whole goal with post-purchase upsells and stuff is helping us solve the bottleneck for AOV, right? So again, if we go back to cost per click, AOV, or CVR, and then AOV, boom, boom, boom. You already might be testing a ton of ads right now. and you're still not profitable, and like you're getting a good cost per click. So testing more ads just doesn't make sense. And then conversion rate, well, maybe you're testing a bunch of landing pages and things like that, and you just can't improve it, and you're just kind of stuck. Boom. Well, us going to take another action around these two things is just not going to improve things. A lot of the times when I hop on calls with y'all, no one ever does anything for AOV. So if AOV becomes the thing that you haven't put any action on, here's where we want to go in and start improving this. And again, favorite ways I like to do it was just the post-purchase upsells. I really like going ahead and doing like bundles on the product page, etc. That can be a whole nother call right there. So like for me, for example, for my ebook, it's a $29 book. For this book, we were getting a $40 CPA. So that means I'm losing $10 every time someone buys my ebook. So what did I do? I did a PPU, a post-purchase upsell. And guess what? Now I'm at like a 5x ROAS on this. Because I do a post-purchase upsell, and then I also upsell people into the inner circle, and I have an email flow that additionally, if they decline the immediate post-purchase upsell, I have an email flow that also additionally upsells them into these things. So originally, I was at a 0.9, now I'm at a 5x, just simply due to the fact that I added in some post-purchase upsells and everything. That's a lot easier to solve than trying to squeeze, oh, hey, how do I cut this down a little bit more? Let me go test 50 more landing pages. Let me go test 50 more creatives. My objective here is to solve for the bottlenecks as quick as possible to improve performance. So look, let's actually dive into an account now and actually go through and actually set this up, kind of go through everything. So first things first, I like AfterSell by Rocket or Rocked, whatever you want to call it right there. That's the one that I'm currently using right now for clients. And we have this one particular client right here that we just set up a post-purchase upsell. Unfortunately, this post-purchase upsell is not working well. We only have a 7% take rate. And I want to understand why we only had a 7% take rate. So essentially what I did, we did a survey and everything. And this is a digital download for 50 questions to ask before marriage. And due to that, I was like, okay, hey, if this is before marriage, and let's make sure and survey our customers to see where people are at. I kid you not, over 60% of the people buying this product that we're selling right now are already married people. So this upsell just did not make sense at all because of the fact that, hey, these are already married people. So it had a low take rate. So you have to understand that your post-purchase upsells need to continue to help people. So what we understood was that 60% of our audience are married people, been in a relationship or been married for 2+ years, and they struggle with communication issues. So what we're going to do here now is they're buying this first product. We're going to help them better solve and satisfy that particular desire. So if I go inside of this account, I do notice that we do have another product called the Let's Get Naked deck. And this is another product designed to help get couples closer and stuff like that. And I noticed that only 50% of people are purchasing this deck. So that means about 50% of orders, people are already purchasing it. The other 50% of orders, people are not purchasing it. So I'm going to go ahead in here and just start building a new funnel. I'm just going to call this people who didn't purchase the Let's Get Naked deck. Boom. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to save and continue. Inside of here, I'm going to do a product-based trigger. I'm going to first select the product that they did buy, which is the Pillow Talk deck. Because again, that's the main product that's driving revenue and stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and skip this funnel if they purchase the Let's Get Naked deck. So we're going to offer this product at a substantially lower price than what it's already marked up as. So I don't want to offer someone the same product, because like this is not a quantity product. You don't need 5 Let's Get Naked decks. It just simply doesn't make sense at all. So if they purchase the main core product, just the Pillow Talk deck, and then if they purchase the Let's Get Naked deck, they won't even see this upsell. Now, if they didn't purchase this, they will see this upsell, which we're gonna go ahead and set up now. So this is pretty simple once you do this, and it's kind of all nice and neat mapped out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select the product. I'm gonna select a specific product here, and I'm just gonna select the Let's Get Naked deck because that's our objective. Then I'm gonna click on Edit Offer. I'm gonna go right here to the discount section. It already has the default kind of like markdown price that we have this far. I'm just gonna mark this down. I wanna get it to like a solid save 50%. So I'm just gonna play with the numbers here for a second. I think it's like 25%. So this discount is on top of whatever you already have it down. Now I'm gonna click on the mobile view right here, just because majority of people are on mobile. And this looks decent right here, but we need to tweak this up a little bit. The problem with upsells and downsells is that it has to be with simple products. You cannot do complex products because you have one image. So your image is going to drastically change things. The title and all of this is going to drastically change things. So you still have to sit there and put your marketer and copywriter brain on when doing this. So I'm going to go right here to image, show advanced image settings. I'm going to click on this, and I already have an image that I want to use, which this one actually right here shows some of the cards, so that way people can actually see some of the cards of what they're going to get the questions asked. Now, from here, I'm going to go ahead and do product details, and I'm just going to kind of click just before this product, and I can type if I want right there. I want to say I can even delete this too as well. Let me just cut that. I can delete this and just rename it whatever I want. I'm just going to leave it like this. What I'm going to do right here is actually change the name real quick, which is 100 questions. Let's see, I'm going to open up this one. New tab, boom. Let me see. Just kind of strip this. Let me turn off that italicized. There we go. We go in here, just paste that in. There we go. Let's Get Naked deck. 100 question cards that finally give you the both excuse to talk about what you've been thinking about for years. Boom. Here we got the cards. This looks a little bit better now. Now, from here, I can just simply hit save. And then should be able to close out like that. And there we go. So we have the first upsell set up now. Now what we want to do is, what happens when someone declines this upsell or accepts this upsell? And then what happens if someone declines it? Now for me, I'm going to literally offer the same thing for both of them, just because I don't really have like, there's not many products in this store. Technically, they do have a couple of these different, what I would say like upsells or like digital downloads and stuff. So I'm going to focus on these digital downloads first. And we're going to go in here. We're going to create offer, single product, specific product. I really like their date night challenges. I just think that's a really fun one right there for people to use. And I'm also going to go right here, single product. I'm going to also do the date night challenges again, because I don't really care in this case. I don't really have a specific upsell or downsell in this case. If I was offering like a big product right here where it had like 10 different things, then I would just simply strip it on the downsell right there. Cool. Now I'm just going to click save and next. I can customize the thank you page if I want, but I'm just going to click save and finish. And there we go. And I'm going to turn that one on. And I'm actually going to turn this one off right here, just because I simply don't need that one anymore. Now, I do want to go ahead and do another upsell in this case right here. Save and continue. We're going to do product-based triggers. This will be for the people that purchase both the Pillow Talk deck and the Let's Get Naked deck. I'm going to do that one right there. And then I'm just going to click on save and next. And I'm gonna go ahead, single product, specific product. I'm gonna do the love coupons, boom. And then if they decline that specific product, I'm gonna do the date night challenge. Oh wait, actually, I wanna change this. We're gonna do it the opposite. Product selection, change product, specific product. We're gonna do the date night challenge. Boom. So we know this one already works. Click save. Single product, specific product. I'll do the love coupons. Specific product. Yeah, I'll just do the love coupons again. Cool. Save and next. Save and finish. Cool. And then this one will just be rename people who purchased both decks, confirm, save and next, save and finish. Cool. But yeah, and that's pretty much how to do it. From here, there's other split tests you can do on like these post-purchase upsells and stuff. In terms of like, you can tweak more of the product photos and stuff. You can tweak more of these different downsells. You can also do what's called like A/B tests and stuff inside of here, which is also cool. Look, long story short, just you want to make sure that you go ahead and you've put some time and attention on these things. Like for me, every 7 days, I like to launch a new post-purchase upsell or downsell, and I like to constantly keep tweaking it right here to improve just basically the efficiency of the business and focusing on that overall AOV lift right there to improve performance. So hopefully this helps y'all out, and if you have any questions, just shoot a message to me in the group chat on Telegram.